Ciao, my friends. How you doing? Charles here. Day 26. Is that right? My God, I'm so unprepared. How you guys doing? Everybody all right? I'm stalling for time here. I hope you're well. Day number 26. I was right. Day number 26, and I'm going to have me a drink. Gosh darn it, it's Saturday. Saturday is a good day to drink. It's also Lazarev's Subota here today. Today's Lazarev's Saturday. This is something that's important in the Orthodox faith. The Orthodox faith. Pardon me to laugh and make a joke. I don't want to make fun. Uzdravje to all the Orthodox Christians and to Lazarus. Anyway, today's a special day in the Orthodox faith and also the Christian faith all around the world. Here in Serbia, they call it Lazareva Subota. That was like the last miracle, supposedly, that Jesus did before his resurrection. Didn't he reincarnate, or not reincarnate? I'm not very religious. He brought back Lazarus from the dead. Okay? That's what I know about this. Okay? It's the day before Easter. Tomorrow's Easter, the day Jesus comes back from the grave. Okay? So anyway, we're here in our lockdown, our 60-hour lockdown, not allowed to leave the house. It's currently 7 o'clock on Saturday. And actually today went well. Do you want to know why today went well? Namely because I slept till 1 o'clock today. You believe that? That sounds bad, but here's why. I went to bed I think I fell asleep around midnight, and then I woke up again at 3 in the morning. I could not go back to sleep. So I got up, I started watching this Ozark. It's a series that I'm really addicted to on Netflix. I started watching it. By that time, it was like 4:30. So I came in, had a coffee, ate some cereal. Then I went back in there, laid down, covered up. It was warm, and I fell asleep. My alarm goes off at 6:20. It went off. I shut it off. And then I woke up again. It was 9 o'clock, and I said, oh, yeah, Biga, go back to sleep. Just sleep for a minute. Shut it off. Next thing I know, open my eyes. It's 1. It's 1 o'clock. Opa, bato. Catastrofa. So that's why my day was great, because I slept through the whole damn thing. Anyway, let's get to business here. Here at the end of the video, you're going to see Tihomir. I was calling him Tibor, so izvini, brate moj. Tibor is going to be at the end of this video. You're going to be able to see and hear about his experience in Denmark, being locked in Denmark. And you know what really pisses me off? Well, another thing is for everybody to say, oh, well, don't drink so much, don't do this, don't do that. Shh. Chuti, mind your own business, okay? Turn on, listen to me. If you don't like it, fine, I don't care. But don't nitpick other people. I'll post something about somebody's nice enough to send me a story about their experience here in Serbia or somewhere else, and assholes who are hiding behind this screen name, say nasty things about people. Oh, look at this. I bet she's part of this cult. I bet this he's Serbian. He doesn't even look like an American. This guy's got hairy legs. Who cares, man? Shut up. We don't care about you and your opinions, okay? So don't nitpick and personally attack people that you don't know if you're going to hide behind a goddamn screen name, people. Have some decency. Jesus. You know how many times I've gone to YouTube and left a nasty personalized comment about somebody? Never, because I don't believe in it. That's just stupid. And my screen name is my name. I don't hide behind anything like some of you do. So just shut up. If somebody's nice enough to send a video of their experience, keep your mouth shut. Okay? God. I feel like I'm talking to a class of 2-year-olds. You can talk bad about me, I'm used to it. I have 1,000 videos. Oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, I hate your voice, blah, 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 blah. You're gay, you're not married, blah, 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 blah. God, it's frustrating. But I've got thicker skin than some people. I'm embarrassed when I ask somebody to do something for my channel and then everybody nitpicks them. It's stupid, you know? God, just rail on that forever. Anyway, I was in a good mood. Now I'm pissed off again. Anyway, we're going to start with the numbers here. Our numbers for the day are... Oh my God, I come into this video and I'm so unprepared because it's Saturday, right? I literally waste so much time just waking up and reading the news and finding news about Serbia and answering all my questions. That's all I do, you know? Anyway, here's the numbers for today. Serbia went up again, my friends. Serbia is currently over 3,000. It's 3,000, well, it was yesterday anyway, wasn't it? 3,380. Okay, we surpassed Luxembourg. We're up 275. They did a lot more tests. 74 passed away here in Serbia, so God rest their souls. America surpassed the 500,000 mark. We're 508,500, up 5,600 from yesterday, 19,800 dead. God rest their souls. What else is going on here in Serbia? Some of the news that came about today, the World Health Organization. I already told you we're in the middle of this 60-hour curfew that's up on Monday morning at 5 a.m. So the rest of the evening, I can't go out tomorrow. I can't go out at all. But I think I have enough food. I'm not good about planning meals. So I just buy things and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have that, I don't have that, I don't have that. But I think I'll survive this 60-hour curfew. The World Health Organization, they had good things to say about Serbia. There was a headline that said, World Health Organization said Serbia is keeping the epidemic under control. And they had criticism of some other countries. It said Serbia has done a good job with the social distancing and the curfews. They said that the first infected person here in Serbia appeared just over 1 month ago. So things have been pretty stable here. They've done a good job. So that's a big compliment from the World Health Organization. Predrag Khan, Dr. Predrag Khan, the headline said the 5th week has passed and we are at the peak. We're at the peak here of this pandemic here in Serbia is where we are. 5th week has passed. We're on our 6th week currently. He said the second half is waiting for us. We lead, but the game is always played till the end. So we got to play it through to the end. We're at halftime almost right now, and we're doing okay, according to him. He supports summer school here in Serbia. They said their last priority is getting schools back in session, but he supports summer school. That way, when it's still kind of warm out, the virus can kind of go about and spread quickly before they get into the fall semester, I think is how he said it. Interpol. This is something unrelated to the coronavirus. I don't know why I put it in this order. But anyway, Interpol has really urged the arrest of a Bosnian Serb war rape defendant. That was the headline. Urges the arrest of a Bosnian Serb war rape defendant. There's a red notice out for Dusan Spasojevic. He supposedly raped a mother of a young infant behind a school in Republika Srpska close to Zvornik. And he's believed to be hiding out here in Serbia, but they've issued a red notice for him and they're urging all governments here to please send him in for prosecution. Serbia. They say the Serbian National Bank and the Ministry of Finance released something that say they have reserves currently of 13 billion euros on hand here, which I had no idea how much Serbian would actually have in their reserve of hard currency, but $13 billion is what they stated in the news today. China. There was another article. It was in foreignpolicy.com. It's a really interesting site if you enjoy reading about the international community. I think a lot of it is skewed. A lot of it is very one-sided. But the article said China has its eyes on Serbia. Really big article. It said China's using the virus to expand its influence in EU's backyard. China, in here currently, they've invested 4 billion euros in the Belt and Road Initiative. They've also given Serbia 5 billion in loans for infrastructure projects. They've got their hands in security cooperation with Serbia, and also lots of technological things here. And it says China considers the Balkans to be a laboratory to experiment with its vision for global order and to curtail the EU's significance in this region. So it doesn't like the fact that China's in here. I, as a very open-minded guy, I love the fact that China's assisting Serbia, but I also don't trust China. I don't trust the Chinese government, but nor do I trust my country's government, nor your country's government. I don't trust any country's government. But I think there's something, when China's doing all this, China doesn't do anything for humanitarian purposes, in my opinion. It's all for the better, the good of their country, of course. Same as the United States. You know, the United States stated one time, I remember, they asked Bill Clinton one time, they said, what's your biggest regret of your presidency? And Bill Clinton said, oh, my friends, my fellow Americans. I can't talk like him. He said he regretted not assisting, where was it? Rwanda. There was a delegation from Rwanda that came to Bill Clinton, and they asked for assistance. The Hutus and the Tutsis were killing each other with machetes. Massive genocide. There's a really good movie called Hotel Rwanda, I think was the name of it. About that horrible situation down there. Just these villagers chopping each other, killing each other. Mass genocide, hundreds of thousands killed. And they asked America for assistance in this. Okay, this is something where a world power, that's what a world power is there for, to help in a situation to stop slaughter of regular human beings, right? That's the way I see it as an American. You might disagree with me, but that's what I think. Superpowers are there, and that's what they should do, you know. But they talked to one American congressman or senator. I think it was a senator from Oklahoma, Colburn, who I hate. I hated it. And they had a quote from him. He said, sorry, he says, America doesn't have friends, we have interests, and there's no interests there. That was a quote that he was caught saying on tape. Terrible, you know. So I don't trust China, I don't trust my government, I don't trust any of them. Serbia, another article said Serbia doubled its renewable energy production in 2019. In wind, solar, a lot of things. Serbia has really boosted. That was last year, but the findings just came out here currently. And there's a lot of hubbub here about the dams and the, what do you call those? That they're putting in the streams and like Koponik and Tara and the forests of southern Serbia, western Serbia. Oh God. What happened to my English? Yeah, anyway, you know what I mean. They're there to get water and it's just killing the ecosystem here in Serbia, more or less. Okay? April 11th, 1999, this marks the anniversary of the murder of a Serbian journalist named Slavko Curuvija. Slavko Curuvija was being watched and surveilled by the government at that time, and the government even released a news from one of their news sources saying that Curuvija welcomes the bombing of Serbia. I guess he was against the administration at that time, and he was gunned down outside of his house. And that he was one of 39 different journalists killed or kidnapped between 1991 and 2001. And I guess there was 4 people prosecuted for that, and they just prosecuted 18 years after the fact of his murder. That was kind of interesting, huh? And what else? I've got a couple ladies here. Before I play Tiomir's video, actually, you know what I'm going to do right now? I've got a question here from a Serb in Melbourne, Australia. The Serb in Melbourne, Australia asked me, let me find it here. I had so many messages. Guys, thank you for all the emails and stuff. And man, it's hard for me to just get back to you, you know? Here it is. Charles, I'm messaging you from Melbourne, Australia. We Australian Serbs love you. Almost everybody I know here in Australia, Serbian community, knows you and loves you and appreciates everything you do to broadcast our country positively. Hvala. It's my pleasure, you know. People have taken good care of me. I love them, and I will always have the Serbians right here in my srce. Anyway, he says, you're talking about you have a house in the center of Novi Sad for under $200 per month, or euros per month. How is that humanly possible? You have an apartment with bills and everything included for under $200 a month. You should have something nicer. I can see from the furniture and everything in there, it's not the highest quality. Why and how? Okay. Well, very good question, Dushan. Dushan, I'm just going to show you my house and I'll show you my bills that I have here. It is cheap. I've been in this apartment actually maybe 3 years now. I don't know. I've lived in about 4 different places here in Novi Sad, and I've had a nice one, but it was just too much. My company we have offices in 7 countries surrounding here. So I'm constantly, outside of coronavirus, I come back here in Serbia in October and I stay till May. I'm going all over. Every other day I'm in Belgrade, Niš, Osijek, Zagreb, Pale, Republika Srpska. I'm never here. So for me, it's smart and cheap to live here. And it's right in the center. It takes me 2 minutes to get to my office. Let me show you and explain it in a little better detail, okay? Okay, my Melbourne, Australia friend, this is to answer your question. This is how I pay 130 euros rent here in the downtown part of Novi Sad, Serbia, second biggest city here in Serbia. This is my kitchen. It's basic. Everything's basic. I don't need anything fancy. I have money. Everybody asks me all the time, how come you live in this shitty student apartment? Because I don't need anything else. I have offices in 7 surrounding countries, so I'm constantly gone. There's my tiny little refrigerator, typical in Serbia. All my alcohol. There's more alcohol in here. I have 2 ringlets. I have no sporat. That's how come I don't cook, and I eat out almost every meal. But this is my kitchen, okay? There's my cabinet for storing different things. Then you come through here. This is my little walkway. You've got, of course, I have Serbia. How Slav am I? I've got Slovakia and Serbia. This is my bedroom here. This is where all the action is, okay? This is my bed. I have another bed here. If some people come over, they need a place to stay. There's my cabinet for my t-shirts and shoes. There's for all my other clothing, my suitcases, etc. Then out here, I'm not going to show you. This is the balcony. It's got a big balcony out in this passage. I'm not going to show you because then you'll know where I'm located. And I don't want that. I don't like people to know where I am. Let me tell you a story. This is the entry. I'm the only person in here, so it's creepy. But the entry's down there. There's one apartment up there, but it's young folks and they're gone. They went back home. Anyway, one day, this is like 1 week after I posted a video about an Albanian death threat. Some Albanians sent me a message and said they was going to cut my head off and burn my body because they knew I was in Montenegro, etc. But a week after I got home, I posted about it. I came home one day. There was a post-it note, or a little note here. It said, "I watching you." It scared me to death. It was in bad English. It said, "I watching you." And so I tried to think of it 2 different ways. I thought, now, are they just being nice and saying they watch my videos? But it was no name, no nothing. It scared me to death. So I was very kind of secretive after that. I never tell people where I live. But anyway, this is it. You know, here in Serbia, I don't need anything fancy. I'm not a fancy guy. You know, I've got quite a bit of money, and that's how I have money. This is 130 euros a month, okay? And here's my bills. Nobody believes my bills. Informatica. This is like trash, cleaning of the main area, which they never do. And water, I think. I don't know if it's water. What's that say? Oh yeah, water's $2. My water bill's different. Water bill for the month was 2,021 dinara. Okay, that was $2.21. My informatika was $2.07 or 207 dinara. Okay, so that's $4 in itself. The internet each month, I pay half. That's $11.50 right here. Okay, for that MTS is what I use. So that's like we're at $16 roughly. Here's my electric. The only other bill I have is Elektroprivreda. Elektroprivreda. Here is my bill for that. Here is Gdeje. Oh, ovde. 3,482 dinara. That's roughly $33 here. Okay? This is my usage. You can see, I don't use much. Here's summer when I'm gone in the USA. Of course, nobody uses it because nobody rents it. October, look at that. That was about $15. A little less in November. That's when I was in Mauritius and Madagascar and etc. You've got December, January. It was a little bit higher. It was about 6,000 dinars in here. But the reason it was so much that month is because I don't have heating in here. I just use this thing all the time. I leave it on and it creates heat and it's small. And I have 2 little plug-in heaters and they suck electricity. But this is it, man. This is how I live on under $200 a month rent and bills. Serbia is very affordable. If you're not a fancy person, you don't want something fancy, you can find something easy like this. This is right in the heart of the city. Okay? I mean, I've had nice places here in Serbia before. 2 years ago, I had a place that was 300 euros plus 100 bills. It was 400 euros a month, and I just was never there. It was really nice. 2 balconies, big bedroom, etc., but I don't need it. I'm a content American. I live a minimalistic life, and I enjoy myself. I like to spend my money on vacations and going out and enjoying my life. That's how. Okay, there you saw my beautiful little apartment. Really makes no difference to me. I mean, honestly, I mean it. I don't need a fancy place. That's something Serbia's really taught me. It's not to cling on to money and things. I don't even have a car here in Serbia. I've never driven here in Serbia in 10 years. I don't need to. Why have a car that takes up space that I have to pay parking for, and gas here is expensive, registration's expensive, and it's polluting the environment. I care about the environment, and I don't need it. I mean, everywhere I go, the buses here are clean. They're safe. You don't have a bunch of dirtbag robbers and ghetto thugs on the buses here. They're safe, clean, decent. They're very reliable here, and they're constantly going everywhere. If I need to go to a village, if I need to go to Irig, Fruška Gora, there's a bus about every 20, 30 minutes that goes there. You know? I mean, it's so efficient and so easy to get around here, and it's better for the environment. It's just better for everything. I don't need it. So why? Just because I'm an American? I have a lot of money. I've got plenty of money saved. I make really good money every summer. I make really good money here monthly. I make good money bonuses at the end of the season on what I do. I do well, okay? But I don't need to flash it. I'm not into that. I've always, in the USA, I used to have big cars. I had a Lincoln Navigator, one of my favorite vehicles. I had 2 of them, and it was best thing ever. I spent a lot of money on it. I don't need to be flashy here. Why? You know? I'm not here to show off, to show up anybody, you know? I am content with my life here, okay? Anyway, let me shut up here so we can get to these fine folks who were kind enough to send me what's going on. These are Serbians. Tiomir you're going to see at the end here. But here's a young lady named Jovana Babovic. She's actually in Milan, Italy. She was nice enough to write me this. Here's what she said. Hi, Charles. I'm Jovana, a Serbian student in Milan, Italy. I've been watching your videos, and if you're still interested, I would like to share my situation with you. I've been living here for 1.5 years now, and when Italy started getting its first cases, my lectures were postponed by 1 week. I decided that I wouldn't go back home at the time since I was planning on doing it for Easter. So I stayed in Milan expecting to start my lectures a week later. Then my lectures got postponed again because more and more cases emerged, and all of them in small towns around Milan. At that point, I didn't want to go back to Serbia because I couldn't really know if I had maybe came in contact with someone with the virus. And at that time, Serbia didn't have any cases, so I didn't want to be the one to bring the virus over to Serbia. Way to go, Jovana. After that, they closed the borders and canceled all commercial flights, so I got stuck here. There isn't really a curfew here in Milan, but you have to have self-certification for leaving the house. The only places that are still open are pharmacies and supermarkets, and you can find almost everything but baking powder and yeast. The authorities here are planning on slowly opening other types of shops and firms with certain restrictions at the end of this month. Schools and universities will remain closed until September, so now we have lectures online. We're also obligated to wear masks outside, and you can't get in the supermarket without a mask. Interesting. I think I said pretty much everything I had to say. I'm sorry for taking more than one message, but it was just too long. I hope you're having a good day, and even though you can't leave your house, I wish you all the best. Thank you, draga. Hvala vam puno. I wish you all the best there in Milan, and I've seen everything going on there, so just keep your head up, girlfriend. Another girl by the name of Jovana, she's actually in Dubai. She says, "Hi, Charles, how are you? Odlično sam, hvala ti." She says, "I'm stuck in Dubai. I'm a tennis coach here, and since March 17th, we are not allowed to work. They locked the tennis courts, curfews 24 hours for 2 weeks now. We are only allowed to buy food, and for that we need permission. We must make a permit over the internet that we can go out for 1 or 2 hours. Wow. I can't wait till all of this ends so we can come back to our normal lives. We have United Arab Emirates, 3,360 cases yesterday with 370 new cases with 2 deaths. Here it's 39 degrees. All people are thinking that the virus cannot survive on warmer weather, but I think that's not true. For all the news you need about Dubai, you can look this up. Wish you all the best. Take care, Jovana." I'm from Belgrade, and there's a lot of Serbian, Bosnian, Croatian people living here in Dubai. We have our group on Facebook page, Serbs Dubai UAE. There's around 17,000 people in that group from the Balkans. My tennis academy, where I work, told me that we must wait the first week of May to see the situation. If it's becoming better, the government will allow us to continue with tennis. There was one evacuation flight from Abu Dhabi for Serbians. I hope that there will be another one in the middle of May or the end of May. Regards, Jovana. Thank you, Jovana, for that. And I wish you and all the rest of those 17,000 Croat Serbs that are there in Bosnia, in Dubai. I wish you all the very, very best. And thank you for thinking of me and for sending that message. My love is with all of you. And here is Tihomir. He was kind enough to send us this video. And that's it, my friends. Thank you, guys. I'm not going to come back after Tihomir. I'm going to drink me another shot of Šljiva. I'm going to call my buddy Uroš because we're going to do a video call and get a little bit of a buzz. And that's it. Svako dobro svima. Vidimo se sutra.
Ćao svima. Zovem se Tihomir I dolazim iz Novog Sada. In May 2018, I came to Copenhagen in Denmark to start my 3-year PhD program in plant ecology. And I've been going home every 4 months or so. And I was planning to go for the Easter holidays to Serbia to celebrate Easter with my family. Unfortunately, the whole coronavirus lockdown situation started happening in early March in Denmark. And the whole country was locked down 4 days before then in Serbia. So the Danish borders were closed, and then also the Serbian borders were closed. And also my flights got cancelled, so I had no way of coming home. So I will keep in touch with my family. Thankfully, they're all right. And yeah, but for me, it is possible to stay at home and work. So what I do, what is the topic of my research is the emission of organic gases from Arctic plants in connection to climate change. And I've been already for the past 2 summers to field, to Greenland and to Lapland to collect gas samples. So I have the data, and what I need to do is to analyze it and to write it up write an article and publish it. So I can do all of this from home. Of course, it creates some difficulties of not being in the office, seeing the colleagues and so on. But we can all meet on Zoom and Skype, so that's all right for now, for me. And yeah, so it's been really nice watching your videos every day. It's nice to have something to look forward to in the afternoon, in the evenings. And it's a funny thing that you mentioned rakia, because I also, of course, I have some really nice one here. That's kaisia from the monastery in Kovilj. And this is one of my favorite monasteries in Serbia. It's really close to Novi Sad. It's beautiful, and so it's a beautiful place, and they have so much nice products. And this one I actually bought in the airport in Belgrade. They have this nice Serbian shop, so really good stuff. And once I had this one shot, and I was like, okay, maybe I should look again into my calculations, because there was this one part that I didn't really know why I had this kind of strange numbers, something that I didn't expect. And for months, I was thinking, why this doesn't make sense? Why does it look like this? And I couldn't find the reason why. And then one day, I think after watching one of your videos, I was like, maybe I should take a look again, And then I found this one thing that was just in front of me. Like, there was this one calculation of one specific gas from one plant that I didn't do. So it was like raw data there combined with all the other calculations. So it was like, yes, finally I was able to correct this error, So it kind of makes you think a little bit differently when you're have this change of environment that you can be at home. But yeah, so thank you very much. And I would like to say for everyone that, we can do this. Please stay at home. Because if we do it for more 3-4 weeks more, then maybe it will get all back to normal. So let's make it better for everyone. And I hope you stay safe and have a good time, everyone. Thanks. Pozdrav. Ciao.